Hello, everyone. Welcome to Rediscovering Me TV. It's your girl, Nikia P. Evans. I'm super excited to have you here because this show is centered around empowerment, encouragement, and just trying to help women rediscover who we are. For someone like me, this has always been my journey, trying to help women rediscover themselves, uh, teaching them how to be authentic, teaching them how to be who they were created to be. And sometimes, our stories have different ventures, our story have different avenues. And I'm excited because on the show, we're going to talk to several people about rediscovering themselves, what they had to do to rediscover themselves. I know you get to hear a lot of me and my story, but I'm excited that we're going to be sharing others as well. Okay. So first things first, guys, if you're here, make sure that you join our community, Rediscovering Me community, okay? That's our Facebook group. Make sure you join, make sure you follow, and also make sure you share. Okay, so today, guys, we have a very special guest. All right, a very special guest. She's a high school. She's a college friend of mine, and we went to college, we were roommates and all. And I'm super excited because she has started an amazing nonprofit organization. So I'm going to bring her on and we're going to introduce her and allow her to share more of herself. Adrian, how are you, love?
Doing great. It's so good to see
Oh, it's good to see you. It has been a while. It's been a while.
you. It has since the early 2000s.
Early 2000s. I remember our days. God is good. That's all I'm gonna say. God is good. Okay. So Adrian, please tell us a little bit more about yourself.
Yes. So starting off, thank you. First of all, thank you for having me, Kia. Secondly, again, my name is Ajreain Nickole, and I have a nonprofit called You Are Not Alone 7. And what we do here in this nonprofit, we assist individuals who are suffering with depression and any type of mental illness like anxiety, with providing resources. I like to do a disclaimer. I like to tell individuals that I'm not a licensed counselor. I'm a woman who have dealt with trauma, and with that trauma, I've been able to overcome certain hurdles and battles. And with my testimony and the things that I've experienced and gaining resources, I'm able to assist other people as well who are dealing with that as well. So here in Houston, I have resources for individuals here, and my goal is to expand out as well.
Absolutely. And I love that you give that disclaimer because we definitely have to let people know that. So that's great. And also I love that you're doing a nonprofit geared to mental health because this is something that needs to be talked about more. Mental health is definitely something that we need to talk about more. I'll say for me myself, growing up, mental health, those are things that we really didn't get into, at a young age. It was things that we weren't, that those were not table discussions. Okay, those were you didn't talk about mental health. Growing up, it was more of what happens in this house stays in this house. You ain't gonna go out and be telling my business. And so with
Right.
that, a lot of us didn't have the opportunity to, at a young age, to be able to open up and express and also get the help that we needed. So can you tell me like what motivated you to start this nonprofit?
Well, what you said as far as that building the foundation as younger, being a younger child and not being able to really express yourself. So it's more so just for me going through just life challenges from childhood trauma to becoming an adult, being married, then going through a divorce, which is tragic. Um, it was more so feeling as though I just need to help other people that's going through the same thing I'm going through. As a child, you just all you hear is, don't tell nobody what's going on in this house. It was just more so you just sweep things under the rug. And as you get older and you continue things under the rug, when you become an adult, it kind of boils out. It's like a volcano when it happens. And I just feel as though I'm someone who don't have any children, but I truly believe that as a child and growing up, when you see your child having changed behaviors, it's just good to say, what's going on? Let's talk about this. And I know parents don't have a manual script as to how to be a parent, but it's just good to just, when you see certain changes, it's like, okay, let's address it and let's go to counseling for it. So what motivates me is just my challenges that I saw myself as a child, even growing up, not being able to know how to express feelings. And that's a challenge of mine, of all these years of covering under the rug and not talking about it. Now, as an adult, I don't really know how to express properly. I can tell someone I'm frustrated, but that's all you're going to get. I can't really drive it home as far as I'm because, and you because it's more so, and that's it. Because I never expressed it in the beginning. And so what I help other people, if parents are needing help as far as counseling, just having resources, even with them. So I know it's frustrated when parents have children, single parents, and don't know what to do. And that's the reason why I want to be able to assist. Is like, we have to take care of this so that when you become an adult, you won't have to start all over again, come back to where I was 5 years old. You can kind of take care of it right then, so that when your child becomes an adult, they can't be. It's hard for them to be in a relationship because they have all these challenges.
Right, right. Right. And I think that's wonderful. And you're right. People, we don't want to wait until we get into adulthood to actually deal with that, because that was a struggle for me as well. I've went through, a lot of time in my life of sweeping under the rug, just hiding, only hitting certain areas. But then once, a certain situation happened in my life, now it's like, okay, here's mental health, now you got a mental illness. And I will be honest, that was not good news to me. And it wasn't, because we built and we've been raised to be strong, you know we built to be strong. Hey, if something happens, it's all right, get over it, move on, keep it moving. We don't address it. And so when I started getting to a point where I felt like I just didn't know what to do, and hearing someone say, you have a mental illness or you're dealing with this, that was not a fun fact for me. That was not something. And so it's another process of accepting that you have mental illness, and then also learning how to deal with mental illness. And I think that is so important, if we, like you said, if we start tackling these issues at a younger age, when they first start, it wouldn't be as bad when we do get into adulthood.
Right.
Absolutely. So with your nonprofit, you are sharing resources. Now, I do see that you're targeting youth. Is it just for youth, or is it for anyone?
It's for anyone that's needing assistance, because it's not just adults. It's for anyone who's needing assistance, because we're all dealing with some type of issues. Especially with this pandemic that's happening, people are losing jobs, loved ones. I was just recently speaking with an individual. She lost her husband due to COVID, and when she lost her husband, no one provided where to go for grief, as far as like assistance as far as the grieving process, what to do afterwards. It was just, she's a single parent of, like, I think 6 children, and she's unemployed. And she's like, they just kind of left me and I don't know where to go. And that drives me, because if you lose a loved one, you're going to need counseling. Your children's going to need, that's traumatic. And so it's not just one, age group. This is for children and adults that need help, because we have to take care of this. This also is, it eliminates the high percentage of suicide rates. The suicide rates are high, and I haven't, this year, so of course I haven't done this, but they're high, and it's just way too high when there's resources out there. And that's the reason why I do what I do, because I've been there. After divorce is the hard, besides losing a loved one, divorce is a death. And it's the worst pain I've ever experienced. besides losing a loved one. And after, I want to say after my separation, before my divorce, I'm somewhat transparent, because I have to.
Right.
I have 4 attempted suicides. My most current one was last year. And I'm so thankful that I have friends. I'm so thankful that I have that support system. I have a really good, tight support system here that keeps me up and keeps me pushing. And it makes me stronger because I don't want to be that weak friend that everybody always have to lift up. It just makes me stronger. And it's like, you know what? I can't have this mentality. I'm stronger than this. I am loved. I'm needed. I'm worthy. I'm someone's child. I am a sister.
Yeah.
Like, I'm needed here.
Yeah.
And I had to work. Even though I'm divorced, that's not the end of my life. There's life after divorce. And I had to enjoy it. And I'm so thankful for counseling because for a long time, I chose not to do counseling. I was like, I'm strong. I got this. I don't need to tell people my problems. I got this until I hit rock bottom again.
Yeah.
And it was like earlier year. And I was done. And then my friend was like, absolutely not. We're not doing this. Like, you have a nonprofit, you got this going on, Adreain, we're gonna get you some help. If we had to call the ambulance, we're not backtracking. And I'm so thankful for that support and for someone providing me resources.
Right.
It took, because I didn't have, before this nonprofit, I didn't have the mind to get resources.
Mm-hmm.
And depression have you feeling like you're not loved,
Right.
you're not needed. And and so it took someone providing me resources. And that's the reason why I feel like I'm still here. After my suicide attempts, it's a reason why I didn't die. It's a reason why I'm still here. And it's because I am a testimony. I'm a story that I've been there. And that somebody gave me resources, now let me pass it on. Exactly. This is not Ann's nonprofit. This can actually keep going. It's just providing help. Because it's
and I love that. I love your testimony. I do, because people need to hear that. People need to hear that. Just because we may do businesses or groups or nonprofits, that doesn't mean that we haven't been there. You know what I mean? So people need to hear that. And I love that you are so transparent with your life and being transparent with others, because people need it. I had a suicide attempt last year myself. That was not a you know what I'm saying? It wasn't a good place. So I understand how that can be. I understand how it can be for others. And then not only that, but being a single mom and having mental illness, and then also learning that sometimes our traumatic stuff can also be passed down to our children when we don't take care of us. And that was something that I had to be real about. Okay, kid, you got to get it together, because you got a little lady here that's literally right behind me. But she's here, and you can't keep allowing your stuff to traumatize her and affect her as well. And so that was something that we have to be real about, to seek the help, to use those resources, and to do what's needed to get done. For you, Ajreain, like, what would you tell someone that may be in that place of knowing that they need help but maybe scared to reach out?
I would definitely let them feel scared, because you're already in this dark. Depression is cold, it is dark, it is lonely. It's like a hell almost that you're in. And I would let them know it's normal to feel those feelings, but there is help. And I will let them know that you're needed. But I know there is help. And I like to make myself available to let them know that you are not alone. That's the reason for this nonprofit. You are not alone. I'm literally walking with you. If someone needing help, literally, I'm going to grab you by the hand, and we're both going to walk that finish line together.
Right.
Because I'm that I had overcame, and that's the reason why that you are not alone. And that 7 means completion.
Yes.
We're going to do this together, and we're going to complete this one step at a time. And that's what I would love to encourage someone who feels like all hope is lost, or they feel like there's no hope. There is hope. And I am a testimony of it.
That's right.
So there is hope. There's light at the end of the tunnel. You may not see it, because I didn't see it. I would have never thought I would have a nonprofit organization. After everything I've endured, I would never thought this would actually happen for me. And I'm here. And so that's why I would tell someone, keep your head up, and I'm here. And it's normal to feel that way, but you can make it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We can make it. And that's good. I like that. And, another thing I would say is, even sometimes when we get across that bridge of depression, we're in there and then we feel like we're at the end of it. We have to also accept that we still may have to cross that bridge again. It doesn't mean that once we've done it, it won't come back. You know what I'm saying? But knowing that, hey, if we did it the first time, we can do it again, and it's all about learning how to cope, learning how to deal. Another thing, Ajreain, what are some ways that you yourself cope through, your situations?
Well, I would say the worst thing you can do. I find myself doing things on the weekends because I work a lot through the weekdays. So on the weekend, even if I take myself out on a date, I take myself out to places, or I'll spend time. But I just think the best thing to do, I think it's good to go to the park, go exercising, go to, we're in COVID, so we can't do a lot of stuff. But if you can go to like a lounge or somewhere nice that's relaxing, I think that's the best thing to do. Just anywhere your peace is at. You have to find what's peaceful. So I always think, somewhere that's calm,
Right.
Because you don't want anything to kind of, wrap up your anxiety or anything like that. But just being busy, being idle is not your friend during depression. It's have already dealing with the mental things that's in your head. A book is good, but if you can read a book outside, we can hear the birds chirping, that'd be great. Stuff, things like that. Just being busy, just stay busy during your healing process. That's
Oh yeah, and that's a good thing, staying busy, because being idle is definitely not your friend. It is not. That is like the worst thing ever. So that's great. So Ajreain, I want to thank you for sharing with us, your nonprofit and what you're doing. Girl, I'm super excited for you. I am happy for you. I am proud of you. And I just want to, let you know, keep doing your thing. Keep pushing, keep being that, that testimony that people need, you know what I'm saying? Because we need to know that we're not alone out here, that there are other people that are feeling some of the exact things that we are feeling. Some people are going through the exact things that we are. It may not be the same situation, but sometimes the feelings are the same. So I just want to say, I appreciate you, love. I'm so happy for you. You're welcome. So, next thing, do you have any upcoming events, or how can we contact you in your organization?
Yes. So you can find me on Facebook on You Are Not Alone 7, where I post. You can see if there's any updates. I'm here in Houston, so there are some things, but due to COVID, it's kind of restricting so much here. So if I have any updates, it would be on Facebook, which is You Are Not Alone 7. You can find me there. I do have a website. It is www.youarenotalone-7.godaddyssites.com, I think. There, you can email me as well, which is Ajreain C, it's ADRINC 29461 @yahoo.com. If you have any questions about needing resources, you can find me at those 3 locations or those 3 sites. So if there's any updates as far as either, definitely be on Facebook.
Okay, awesome. And let us know how we can help and sponsor you any type of way, any advertisements, anything that you need, let us know. That's what we're here for. So definitely keep us updated with that.
Which I definitely will.
All right. So again, thank you so much, love. I greatly appreciate it. And to my audience, listen, guys, below. Okay, I'm going to be posting Ajreain's information. Okay, the website, the Facebook page. Make sure you go and connect. Okay, make sure that you go and connect. Make sure that you support. All right, y'all know how I am. Go support. Click, click, click. Okay, but again, guys, thank you so much. And again, we will be back next Thursday with another special guest on how we can rediscover ourselves. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you again, Ajreain. I appreciate it. To everyone, I'll see you next time.